Have you ever felt the room tilt a few degrees when a woman you barely know asks, "Do you spend a lot of time alone?" A line that sounds like small talk, yet lands in your chest with the weight of a velvet hammer? That single sentence is the first half of a two-part cipher mature women use when they crave intimacy with a man past 50. And if you answer it with nothing more than a literal shrug, you will watch the moment evaporate like steam off coffee. The psychology is elegantly brutal. After 5 decades of social scripting, she refuses to look desperate. So instead of flirting, she launches a stealth audit of your emotional real estate. She wants to know if your calendar is empty because you are emotionally evacuated, numb, sealed, married to routine, or if the solitude you keep is actually a deliberate clearing where a quality woman could one day place herself without having to beg for square footage. Your job is not to recite your weekly agenda. It is to broadcast spacious masculinity, calm, curated, receptive, yet never starving for company. Say something as lean and high impact as, "I guard my alone time so the right person never feels like crowd control," and you will feel the temperature between you shift. Her pupils widen, her shoulders drop, and the invisible gate she was testing swings open an inch. Miss it, and she will finish her latte, smile politely, and permanently cross you off the internal ledger she keeps of men who actually get it. Moments later, maybe at the bookstore counter, maybe while you walk her to her car, she drops the second encrypted line. So, what are you looking for these days? If the first question was a probe of your availability, this one is a laser level check on your directional gravity as a man. She is not polling your retirement spreadsheet, your golf handicap, or whether you want a beach condo. She is scanning for forward motion that feels safe to climb aboard. Women over 40 have already dated the drifting nice guy who answered, "Oh, just taking it day by day," and they are allergic to that energy like it's poison ivy. She needs to hear that your next chapter is under construction with deliberate architecture. I'm building a lighter, stronger life centered on real connection, great food, and sunrise walks with someone who laughs without looking at her phone. Deliver that with eye contact and zero apology, and you will practically hear the click inside her psyche, the sound of a velvet rope dropping between you and every other man in her orbit who still talks like life is something that happens to him. Answer with vague resignation, and she will mentally swipe left before you reach the parking meter. Feminine desire demands a vector, not a weather vane. Understand the hormonal subtext. Estrogen sharpens peripheral perception, so she clocks every microsignal you leak. Shoulder angle, blink rate, whether your cell phone is face up like a begging dog. When she asks these 2 questions, she is not gathering data. She is sampling the felt sense of standing inside your masculine field. If your field feels like a climate-controlled museum of past regrets, she will quietly excuse herself to use the restroom and never return. If it feels like an expansive terrace overlooking future possibility, she will lean in, touch her necklace, and let the conversation drop into slower, silkier registers. The trap most men over 50 walk into is nostalgia. They answer with rear-view energy. "Well, after the divorce, I just keep things simple," which translates to her amygdala as, "I am emotionally radioactive and stuck in reruns." Replace that with front-row energy. "I've learned what matters, deleted what doesn't, and I'm curating the next season with people who choose peace over drama." That single sentence brands you as a man who metabolized pain into power, the exact aphrodisiac mature women chase but rarely find. Mastering the reply is only half the game. You must also recognize the choreography. She rarely fires both questions in the same 10-minute window. That would feel like an interrogation. Instead, she plants the first, watches how you handle the emotional tennis ball, then circles back hours or even days later with the second, like a chess player moving her knight in an L shape. Your consistency between the 2 moments is the hidden test. If you were open and directional on Tuesday, but by Saturday, you've slid into self-deprecating jokes and, I don't know, whatever happens, happens, her internal algorithm flags you as performative, and she ghost disengages. The men who win are the ones who radiate the same calibrated warmth and clarity, whether they're ordering espresso or walking her dog at dawn. Pro tip, record your own voice on the phone the next morning. If you hear hesitation, uptalk, or filler words, drill your answers until they roll off your tongue like a favorite Sinatra line. Effortless, timeless, confident. Here is the takeaway that can reroute the rest of your romantic life. These two questions are the only green lights a quality woman will ever give you, and they are single use. She will not repaint the bridge once you've driven over it cluelessly. Memorize them like a pilot memorizes emergency landing vectors. Do you spend a lot of time alone? Means, is there breathable emotional air in your world for me? And what are you looking for these days? Means, show me the horizon you're sailing towards so I can decide if I want to be first mate. Answer both with unhurried masculine certainty, and you will watch her body unlock, palms open, stance square, voice drop an octave, because nothing on earth intoxicates a feminine woman like the felt sense of being seen, chosen, and safely led. Miss them, and you become another sweet, invisible uncle she chats with at Starbucks while her phone buzzes with a 60-year-old entrepreneur who finally figured out the code. The code is now in your pocket. Use it once, and you'll never again wonder why she smiled, walked away, and never texted back. If this landed like a quiet explosion in your chest, do the algorithm a favor. Smash that like so hard YouTube thinks Obsidian Psyche just hacked the mainframe, then drop, "I see the signs" in the comments. Because every time you do, another man over 50 wakes up to the moment a woman just opened the door. Subscribe to Obsidian Psyche and ring the bell so you never miss the next cipher. We're here to turn subtlety into superpower, one covert signal at a time.